So tell me, what do you do when life hurts so bad, when you're in so much pain that you don't know what to do? Can you still say, I will rejoice and be glad in it? Can you still say, this is the day the Lord has made, and I will rejoice and be glad in it? Hi, I'm Arnie Cole, spiritual fitness researcher and coach. Welcome to Spiritually Fit Today, where every day is a workout for your soul. One step, one choice, one spiritual rep at a time. And the best way to improve how you behave as a Christ follower tomorrow is to focus on getting spiritually fit today, because what you do today matters. And our memory verse for this week is Psalm 118:24. This is the day the Lord has made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it. How are you feeling right now? The start of the day, maybe you're anxious, maybe you're in a lot of physical pain. Whatever the mood is, know that God handcrafted this day especially for you. And you may not be able to control what happens today, but you can choose your response to it and be glad in it. That's what we're going to focus on today. And it is super counterintuitive. So today we're going to be up close and very personal, because a lot of you have written me you're suffering and you're physically suffering. So today I want to share probably one of the most appropriate verses, the most motivational verse for me when I was going through my stuff. And maybe for those of you who are suffering, this will help you. So personally for me, I try to start every day with, this is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. And I put I instead of we. This really got driven into me how critical this is. When I had bladder cancer and prostate cancer at the same time, and I was taking chemo. And so in chemo treatments, there's various levels of it, but the treatment itself can be very, very painful. And then they had, you would go through, I think I had 6 months of it every week, and you would have some medication that would make it feel like someone is pulling your bones apart. And I use this verse every day, that this is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. And I know it's counterintuitive, especially with those of you that are in chronic pain, but we can overcome this by focusing on Jesus. And for some reason, unbeknownst to you or me, Jesus created this day especially for you and especially for me when I was going through all of this stuff. And I remember looking around at other patients when I'd spent weeks and weeks in the hospital, and noticing how those patients with a joyful heart, how other people responded to them versus people that were just terribly mean because they were in horrible, horrible pain. So my suggestion is each and every day, and sometimes it is psychological pain, but a lot of us are in pain every day. And this verse, if you start the day, and I remember there were a couple days when I really thought, maybe I should die. Maybe it was actually 2 times. One time was during the chemotherapy, and I had to yell that verse out, like almost mad at God, but it calmed me down completely. And then another time, I can remember being in, what do they call it? The ICU, critical care. I had like 4 doctors around me. I'm bleeding profusely. They think I'm probably going to die. And I remember this verse, and you know what? It just comforted me. And it was, okay, wow. If I die today, that's awesome. I'm going to be in heaven. My wife Char's going to be mad at me, but I'm going to be there. So it's like, come on, Satan, throw whatever you have at me. I'm going to rejoice and be glad in it. And from those very, very difficult times, I still have that verse in my heart each and every day. this is the day the Lord has made, and I'm going to rejoice and be glad in it. And a little thing I've added, because once you come with those near-death experiences, is you've got this part that says, and I'm going to do something with today. So Jesus made this day especially for me, and I'm going to do something with it. So I need you to tell me how we can pray for you today. And as you know, whether you put in the comments section, and you can write me at arniec@bttb.org. So the Soul Pump assignment today, especially for those of you that are suffering physically, psychologically, think of one moment where God met you in this time of hardship and thank Him for it in the presence of this pain. That is so counterintuitive. You're not going to want to do it. But I can tell you, when you get to the other side of that prayer, it will change how you feel. And then revealing socially, send this verse to someone else who's hurting and drop off a small act of tangible love and tell them that even though it doesn't seem like it, the Lord has made this day for us to enjoy and to love Him. And then for our prayer for today, pray that the Lord will meet you in this day, and then note one way He's answered your prayer today of making you so much more joyful. Thank you for joining us. Before you rush back into your day, pause for a moment. You just finished a spiritual rep, and it mattered. Whether you prayed, encouraged a friend, or opened God's Word, the small act is shaping your soul for eternity. Remember, spiritual fitness isn't about perfection. It's about showing up daily. So celebrate the step you took today. And if this podcast helped you, share it with someone else who needs a little hope and encouragement. Join us tomorrow for another Spiritually Fit Today workout, because what you do today matters. Thanks. See you tomorrow.